बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, क्या हुआ उसका? हमारी जो बेटी है, जो दुनिया में नाम करके आई है रोशन देश का, उसको आज पुलिस पकड़ के ऐसी बदतमीजी करेगी हमारी बेटियों से। What an insensitive BJP government do we have?
Quint and Quint में आपका स्वागत है ताई। What was your first reaction the day Mr. Pawar chose to resign?
Disappointed. I don't like the word conceit. Look at the price of cylinder today, of petrol, diesel, costing of a book, of basic food, so expensive. BJP cannot do as well as they think they are. So what is the real picture? Because what we read in the media, what is happening around us is slightly different. Sometimes I feel this entire government is like a fairy tale. They have an alternative reality.
Quint and Quint में आपका स्वागत है ताई।
Thank you.
The day Mr. Pawar chose to resign, we saw what the cadre did, how they reacted. What was your first reaction when he said that he wants to step down? Had you expected it?
I was surprised, disappointed.
Did you try to talk him out of it? Did he?
No, it was his decision, so I didn't attempt on anything.
Yeah, we could see that in the press conference as well. There are हर बार ये reports आती हैं बाहर. There are some NCP leaders who are disgruntled. Some are facing cases of central agencies. Is there a disgruntlement, and is there a section which wants to might not be willingly, but because they are being threatened with cases, who are willing to join hands or leave the party ranks?
Well, I don't know about disgruntlement because I have not heard and I have not read about disgruntlement. So I don't know who your source is, point number one. And point number two about agencies. Everybody who's in the opposition is targeted by the BJP government. So there's nothing new, and data speaks that 95% people who are targeted are all from the opposition. Yeah. And anybody from the opposition who joins the BJP gets a clean chit.
Yeah.
So this is what has been happening for several years. So I'm not surprised of these kind of things because it's happening everywhere pan-India.
There is a lot of back and forth happening in the MVA on the seat sharing. The talks are on between the senior leaders, but we see certain leaders of several parties going and staking claim or publicly giving statements. Do you think there could be some issues or some seats that might have a potential of becoming deal breakers in the future?
Not at all. Why would he? Listen, it's a democracy.
Yeah.
You have to discuss, we have to debate, we have to argue. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Democracy में तो दिल खोल के सबने बोलना चाहिए, उसमें गलत क्या है? This is not दड़पशाही where people have to say वो ऐसा ही होगा, ऐसा नहीं होता. हर political party की कोई इच्छा होती है, उसमें गलत क्या है बोलना?
Yeah.
स्वाभाविक है.
Organizationally, NCP is the strongest party. It has been said publicly that no party is going to play the role of the big brother. But when it comes to it, how far will NCP be willing to concede? For example, if there is any disagreement over a particular seat, for example.
I don't like the word concede. Okay. Nobody concedes. We are a team, and then we are good team players, and you will see it. It's always easy to back off, but it's a true leader takes everybody along. Yeah. So leadership is about taking people along, not breaking dialogues.
Yeah. We have seen a lot of right-wing rallies happening in Maharashtra over the past few months. There have been videos and visuals we have seen where there are children in these rallies. There are hate slogans being raised in the presence of BJP leaders in these rallies. Do you think somewhere there's an attempt to change the social fabric of Maharashtra and bring up issues which are not really the core issues of the state?
This is happening pan-India. BJP is really big. They are hiding behind price rise. They don't want unemployment to be discussed. They don't want the core challenges and their bad judgment calls and decisions that the BJP has taken to come out. Hence, they bring out these kind of issues. It's very unfortunate, but it will hurt the country in the long run.
How do you see the allegations against the BJP that they're always trying to spread communal divide?
But they are. I don't see it. It's a fact. It's not an allegation. It's a reality.
But when a film like The Kerala Story releases, which the makers of the film admit to having factual inaccuracies in India's courts, but that film is passed by the censor board, it is promoted by the ruling dispensation. Where does the boycott stand come over there? Do you think there should be a ban on such films as a political stand?
I think, we are discussing too much. Film industry should be left alone, one. And second, creativity should be also be left alone, is my personal view. And politics is not about filmmaking. I'm not a filmmaker, I'm a policy maker.
Yeah.
So my core work is policy making, not filmmaking.
So you think politicians should not interfere in any capacity?
I think politicians should not use Bollywood for anything. Bollywood is full of talent. They are here to entertain us.
Yeah.
And that's had been. And Bollywood is not only about India. They're global citizens. And globally, India's best ambassadors is Bollywood. So why would any politician on any political party, first of all, talk against or beyond? I feel what's happening to the democracy in this country. It's a industry, it's a robust industry, it's doing exceptionally well, it's a big job creator, and internationally Bollywood only gains for India. So why would any dispensation, especially people in power, want to hurt Bollywood which works so hard?
This is particularly about Maharashtra. Your party has particularly been vocal about the interfaith marriages committee that has been set up by the government. I know there have been efforts from the party and demonstrations by the party against the same. Once again, is this an issue which is being cooked up by the ruling dispensation?
Policymakers are not marriage bureaus. Yeah. We make policies to improve people's lives. We can't interfere and go into people's lives. So why do we need a policy for that? जिसको शादी जिससे करना है करो, खुश रहो यार, अच्छे citizens बनो, देश की सेवा करो, माँ बाप की सेवा करो, सास ससुर की सेवा करो. So I see no reason they are going into people's homes, which is horrible and it's awful.
Speaking about democracy, we saw the inauguration of the new parliament. We heard you speaking to the media and you said you were pained that the opposition is not there. There is a viewpoint that the opposition should not have completely boycotted the inauguration because at the end of the day, the building belongs to the people of India. What is your thought on it?
Of course, it's an incomplete inauguration because democracy is about opposition and people in power. If there is no opposition attending, it's not a democracy.
Yeah.
It's dadabshai. It's not democracy. So in a vibrant democracy, why is India known as a vibrant democracy for the last 70 years is because we have a vibrant opposition.
Yeah.
It's so important in any democracy.
And a few kilometers away on the same day, we saw our wrestlers getting manhandled, dragged on the streets of the national capital. As a woman MP, how do you feel when you see those visuals?
This is not about woman or a man. This is not a gender issue. This is a humanitarian issue. If our daughters, or I say our sports superstars, have got us Olympic medals, are going to be ill-treated by our police, it's shameful. I condemn that entire action. बेटी बचाओ, बेटी पढ़ाओ, क्या हुआ उसका? हमारी जो बेटी है, जो दुनिया में नाम करके आई है रोशन देश का, उसको आज पुलिस पकड़ के ऐसी बदतमीजी करेगी हमारी बेटियों से. Is this how you treat your daughters of our country? And it's not just about achiever. किसी की भी बेटी के साथ ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
Does it hurt you or anger you?
Of course. I condemn it. It's wrong. जो गलत है वो गलत ही है. Even if we were in power, I would have condemned it openly. I mean, shame on this BJP government who is treating our daughters like this. Nobody deserves, no daughter, no citizen deserves to be treated like this. Why only gender? And on top, these girls. I mean, we are into Lakshmi. We are into Parvati. We are into Annapurna. We worship women. In our country, this is our culture. We respect our mother, Ma Ganga. You're in Maharashtra, as I told you, Chhatrapati's mother, Masaheb as we call her, Ahilya Bai, Savitri Bai Phule. How many examples can I give you? We were taught since we were born to respect the women of our home and the elders of our home. And these are youngsters. We need to love them, hug them, hear them out. So what an insensitive BJP government do we have?
Coming to the opposition, how do you analyze the victory of Congress in Karnataka? Do you see it as a sign of change ahead of 2024?
Of course. People are disappointed. 40% wali sarkar. All these dirty tricks that the government, it's a complete failure of their government in Karnataka. And it will go, you'll notice, state after state, you'll see different results.
What do you think are the issues for the opposition that should become poll planks for 2024?
It's not about the opposition, it's the reality of this country. Today, price rise is a huge issue. Unemployment is a huge issue. The economy, which way is headed, is a big challenge ahead of us. So in 2024, for all the commitments that this government made about black money, what is really the outcomes of demonetization, there are so many issues. But the biggest, if you ask me, is unemployment and mehengai. Price rise is a huge issue. People are restless. Look at the price of cylinder today. Yeah. Look at the price of petrol, diesel, costing of a book, of basic food. It's so expensive for everybody. And all the stakeholders of India, citizens of India are suffering today.
You interact with so many people who these issues directly affect, like for example, price of gas. What is your sense? Why does then the party keep coming back to power, at least at the center?
It's only come twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The price rise was not such a big issue, but this time it is. And you will see the numbers will go down this time. BJP cannot do as well as they think they are. Because of really India is going through a challenging time and data is speaking for itself. It's not what I say just as an opponent. अच्छे को ज़रूर अच्छा बोलूँगी, लेकिन जो गलत है वो देश के हित के लिए नहीं है, उसके लिए ज़रूर. And that's what a democracy is all about. We have to speak the truth.
Do you think the Modi way will work for the third time, despite these issues?
Well, time will tell, but of course, I believe that the numbers for the BJP are going to be considerably going down.
Both in state and the center.
Yeah, of course. States, they will lose more and more. You'll see in the next few months, which is unfolding. Look at Maharashtra. Why are they not taking elections in Maharashtra? It's purely because their surveys are not showing. And look at the surveys that television channels and newspapers are showing. It's not showing the best for the BJP at all right now.
Do you think that is one of the reasons that BMC elections are still stuck?
Yeah, of course, clearly. Clearly.